Hey guys, so it's Jessica here. I wanted to do a quick, I don't know if quick is the right word. I wanted to do a breakdown of the series of five. So that's one of the exercises that we learned right away in the first series, beginner mat 1, 2, and 3, we do it. And then there's another series I do called the series of five countdown where we're really kind of kicking it up a notch. And a lot of times I get people who have questions about the series of five, or they're doing it very wrong and they don't know why they're doing it wrong. They don't know how they're doing it wrong. And so, because I can't see you, I just want to make sure that you're not doing it wrong, that you're doing it right. So, the first exercise in the series of five exercises that we do in the middle of the workout, after 100, after roll up, after single leg circles, after rolling like a ball, we get into the single leg stretch, the double leg stretch, scissors, lower lift, and crisscross. So that's the five series of five. That's just like ab burning, ab intensive. You're gonna feel your abs. If you're not feeling your abs, something's wrong. You're doing something wrong. Okay. So from here, I want to always stress though that if you feel pain in your neck, it's perfectly fine to keep your neck down. I legit kept my neck down probably off and on for the first 2 to 3 years doing Pilates just because I wasn't really strong enough to lift my neck, and I felt a lot of strain in my neck. And I don't want you to walk away from Pilates feeling strain in your neck. We do a lot of things throughout our days and our weeks and our months that keep us here, and there's all kinds of strain and weight on our neck. And so, for any reason you're feeling strain in your neck, rest it down. You can do this whole series with your head down. And I almost prefer it when you're really starting to learn Pilates because it helps you to think about and do the moves from your core and not just being in this crunch position. You can feel all of the lower abdominals a little bit more when your head is down. You can focus on those little abdominals and finding how to move your pelvis in order to really engage your lowest abdominals and still maintaining your natural curves of your spine. So totally feel free to keep your neck down. And remember, if anything doesn't work for you, leave it out. I'm not about hurting you. I'm about helping you. Okay. So the first exercise series of five. So I want to do it kind of towards the camera a little bit because people really get confused with this one. So, in the series of five, I tell people bring your right hand to your right ankle and your left hand to your right shin and stretch your opposite leg out. Now, the reason I do that is because if you change positions with your hand, chances are you're going to do this. You're going to be like, "Meh," and the legs are going all over the place and they're doing all kinds of, oh, and my quads are hurting. They're doing all kinds of stuff. And it's really hard to stay aligned where we feel equal weight in our shoulders and equal weight in both sides of our pelvis. And the neck doesn't get tired because we're kind of all over the place. So I want you to imagine that with single leg stretch, you're in a tube and you can't come out of that tube. So the reason why having my outside arm long, I'm here outside arm long, when I switch, my other hand is going to be outside arm long. And then I can keep everything in this little tube. Sorry for my big foot in your face. I can keep everything in this little tube, and my knee doesn't go off to the side. And now I don't have weight on one side of my pelvis or on the other side of my pelvis. I'm staying aligned and aligned. And I can feel my shoulders rolling back in each, and I can feel weight on both my shoulders. So when we're doing it on the mat, it looks like, if we're curled up, it looks like this, and I'm rolling my shoulders back, and I feel the bottom tips of my shoulder blades on the mat, and you can see my inner thighs are still touching each other, and I switch, and now the only thing moving is my hands and my feet. Everything else stays stable. That's what we're going for, stability in all other movements. So practice that on your own. Practice that in the workouts. Um, And then from here, double leg stretch. So a double leg stretch, really easy to strain the neck, and also to have like your back arched. And so just kind of commonly going through kind of some of the common things that happen with people, especially when they're curled up. So I'm going to do it with my feet down for just right now, but then I'll put it all together for you. So with double leg stretch, if you're curled up, first of all, you want to be thinking about curling up from your ribs. So think about not that your neck is going to your chin to your chest, because that's not fun or easy, and your neck is doing all the work. Think these ribs, these bottom ribs, are going to pull my chest up and they're going to pull into the mat. So the work is in here. The work is in the upper abs to pull my chest and shoulders off the mat. Okay? So what a lot of people do is while they're curled up, when their arms go back, they go back. And then they circle around and they come back. And they're here and they come back. So what I want you to practice is curl up as much as you can. Pull those ribs down, get your chest off the mat. And as your arms come up, curl up to the arms a little bit. You come up to the arms. So the arms don't pull you back. You're coming up to the arms. Keep your arms in your peripheral where you can see them. And then a small circle out to the side, grab onto the shins. Okay? Now, if it feels way too hard, like you feel like I just can't keep up, or I'm noticing that I'm going down, or that like, oh, my neck really hurts, keep your neck down, but don't go way back here with your arms. So when you're in this position and your head is down, sometimes people will go, well, my head is down, so I better bring my arms back to my ears, and now my back arches. So we want to try to avoid that. Okay, you want to kind of gently keep those ribs on the floor. Not so much that you can't take a deep breath, because we are inhaling as the arms go out, but we're not letting your back just arch. We're not letting those upper abs just go. Okay, so when your head is down, we want to reach arms and legs up. Feel that top bony ridge of your shoulder blade laying on the floor, and roll the shoulders back as you circle around. So you want to keep, again, the arms are just about where they would be if your head was up by your ears, and circle around. We want to form a V shape when you go out. So I've made a V. I'm here. I circle around. And again, I made a V. I pull my belly in, and I circle around. Try that again. Inhale up. Exhale, circle around. If this is easy for you, you can feel the back of your pelvis on the mat. You can feel your low abs engaged. Exhale, circle around. You can kick it up a notch. You can curl up, lift, pull this down to lift this up. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, circle around. Remember, you want to keep your arms within your peripheral. Exhale, circle around. So with scissors, I'm not sure which version I taught you yet. I think we probably did the double kick. So with the double kick, with scissors. So if your head is down, grab above your knee. You don't need to reach all the way up here, because what happens when you reach up all the way up here with your head down is people have a tendency to do this. And now my neck is compressed in a really weird way, and it doesn't feel good. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. So don't do that. If your head is down, think about reaching the crown of keep reaching your neck long and rolling your shoulders back and keeping your chin so that it's pointed straight, like it's pointed straight this way. So it's not here. We don't ever want to be here. I don't want you to be looking at that part of the ceiling when you're doing this exercise, okay, if your head is down. So you should still see your knees, your legs. So you're kind of looking towards your legs. We're not a big tuck, because that will roll your shoulders forward, but we are looking towards the legs. We're looking over the knees. Now, if you're curled up, again, pull everything down as you curl up. Reach up either below the knee. If you have long arms like me and you can reach your ankle, reach up to your ankle. And From here, we're going to just try to reach this leg on purpose. Don't let this leg just hang out, okay? Because that's not control. Mr. Pilates called it contrology. He didn't call it Pilates because it's the idea of controlling your body. So control where that leg goes. This leg, we don't want it to reach too far down. I'm aiming it towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. So my foot is aimed towards where the wall and the ceiling meet, right there. And this one, I'm going to give a little gentle pull. Kick, kick, scissor switch. Kick, kick, scissor switch. Kick, 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 kick. Now, if you find that you're like kick, 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 and you can't get the double kick, keep your head down, roll your shoulders back, lift your legs, and practice it with your head down, but your arms hovered above the mat. So I'm going to, again, lengthen my neck, the back of my neck. I'm reaching my arms, I'm hovering just above, and I'm going to practice just kicking twice. Kick, kick, switch, kick, kick, switch, kick, 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 kick. Make sure you get the switch and that you're not just going kick, 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 kick. We're actually switching those legs. Kick, kick, switch, kick, kick, switch, kick, kick. And you'll be able to feel exactly what you're supposed to feel with your head down and your arms hovered above the mat. So you'll feel it. So with lower lift, you could do it again with your head up or down, flat palm over flat palm, so that when your palms are on top of each other, even if you didn't have fingers, your hands would still be on top of each other. And that's hard for some people, just because our chest sometimes is really tight. So if your chest is really tight and you find like your elbows want to be up here, I mean, that's cool because your chest is really tight and eventually we want to get to a point where we're loosened up. If you can, just kind of let them be. Like, don't smash them to the mat if that's not where they want to be. We want to just kind of keep them, let them be. Let them be wherever they need to be. And eventually, hopefully, they will open up and you'll get where you need to go. So with lower lift, I want you to bring your legs up to the ceiling. It's better to keep your head down for the first few of these, but toes apart, heels together. Don't let those heels come apart at all. So we're just going to lower just a few inches, but I want you to go real slow on the way down. So think lower, 2, 3, and then pull your low belly in to bring the legs back up. Now, the point of going slow on the way down is so that you can pay attention to your pelvis as you're lowering your legs. So what I don't want is where you're going, and then there's a big space in your back, and then you're cranking to come back up. Arch, crank, arch, crank. Not fun. Your low back is going to feel like crap at the end of that workout. So go slow and lower very slowly. Notice that as you lower, you have to really kind of tilt your pelvis 6 to 12 in order to keep the back of those hip bones on the floor. 2, 3, and then pull your low belly in to lift those legs back up a little bit more. Once you've mastered that and you feel really comfortable, like you feel like the back of your hip bones aren't going on the mat, you're not smashing your lumbar spine into the floor, you have your natural curves, and you're using your low abs, and you're finding stability through the movement of the pelvis, then curl up, get those shoulders off the mat, and pull your belly in. 2, 3, exhale, pull it in and lift, and rest. So practice that on your own. Make sure that you're doing it right when you're doing the workout, and you're going to see quick results. I promise. So the next one, crisscross. I really like starting people with feet flat on the mat, but I'm going to teach you the whole thing right now. So I like feet on the mat in the beginning with palm over palm behind your head, and then curling up and over, because right now I can really feel like if my hip wants to go over to the side, I can feel that. And then this movement of keeping your hips on the mat is that 3 to 9, 9 to 12 rotation. So I'm turned towards my 9. I'm going to push my 9 to my 3 in order to square off my hips. So I've got opposition. This shoulder reaching this way,
this hip reaching that way. So in Pilates, there's always opposition. And here's our opposition. And then back down. So I like to practice that and just really get a feel for how I have to move my pelvis in order to get a good stretch, in order to get the work through the obliques, and just in order to create that stability. So a lot of times I see people doing this. You see this in videos all the time. All kinds of people do this workout, this particular exercise. And you know what? I could literally do 100 of these and it would not feel like anything if I'm just kind of, I'm just kicking my legs out. I'm just tossing my head from side to side. I'm just, you can do those all day. But in Pilates, because we're trying for control, I want to teach you the right way. So again, I'm going to sit up so I can teach you this way. When we're in this position, imagine I'm laying down on my back. I want to, again, like I'm in a tube, pull my inner thighs towards each other. So as I'm twisting my upper body towards this way, my hips, again, are still going this way. And the easiest way to make sure that you're doing that is to pull this knee, because you've got this lever that's sticking out. Pull it in, and this is your opposition. So I'm reaching my armpit to my knee and my knee to my armpit, and I'm pulling my belly in. And you're going to feel a lot when you do that. If you can get through 10 of those, you're going to be feeling a lot, as opposed to just kind of, getting it in. It's not that exercise. In Pilates, it's about control. So I'll tell you to hug the midline of your body. That's just like an imaginary line that goes down the middle of your body. And hug it. Hug it with your legs. Hug it with your upper body as I'm pulling. I'm coming this way. My shoulders are coming this way. But I'm pulling this knee, this hip this way. And I like to keep my foot at my leg so I know that I'm not like, rah, and this leg isn't in space. Because when it's in space, then this is not work anymore. Now, when I pull it in, oh, that's total work, okay? So practice that and apply that to what we're already doing and see if that doesn't clean up your movement a little bit. So just practice those things. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about this breakdown. If you're feeling any pain or anything like that, let me know. You can reach me. You can find me on Instagram at Just Don't Stop. And by the way, I just want to tell you about these pants that I got that you can get 20% off at Carbon 38. They're called Diamond Compression, and they're like my new favorite winter workout pants because they're like nice and thick and like very, very soft, and they're made out of like recycled plastic bottles, which is really good because Lord knows we need to recycle. So, and I can't even begin to understand how they made plastic bottles into these really super soft, buttery, nice, perfect compression pants, but they feel good, they look good. They don't roll down on you. They're rolling down on me a little bit right now just because I'm sitting at a weird angle. But when you're working out, they don't roll down on you. They stay pretty up. So that's a really nice, and it feels really nice up here. It doesn't feel like it's really choking you out or anything like that. So check that out on the B website, and I will see you next time. Aloha.